Wait, you want to move to another country? Even worse, you want to move to Panama? Is it safe? But isn't it dangerous in other countries? Aren't you scared moving as a single female? Oh my gosh, please be safe. These are some of the things I heard when I told people I was moving to the country of Panama, as well as what I've read in some of your comments. In this video, we will compare how I and some of my friends here feel about our safety regarding moving to Panama alone.
I don't know why. That was just what I was afraid of.
We'll cover some crime statistics between the USA and Panama, environmental concerns, and more. Hello, my name is Aisha and I travel the world with cerebral palsy. I'm bringing pieces of Panama and other countries to you until you can experience them for yourself. Now, let's get started. Moving to a new country is a big decision. It's completely natural to be concerned about safety, especially for folks living in big US cities where crime can be a problem. I was born and raised in New York City and was trained how to navigate city streets from my parents, using public transportation, and just dealing with the chaos of Manhattan. I'm a city girl at heart, which is one of the reasons why I chose to live in Panama City, Panama. In New York City, you are always on alert, especially on the subway or walking alone at night. To be honest, even walking alone during the day. Years ago, I remember being scared to pump gas in DC due to the DC sniper. Why do I mention this? Because the USA as a whole deals with mass shooting or gun homicides at an alarming rate where people are just getting desensitized to it. So why do people who live with these statistics think it's more dangerous in another country? Because we're trained to believe that the USA is the best and the safest. I've traveled to the Bahamas and people warned me about people who were missing there. They even warned me about the missing women in Panama as well. But they never mentioned the people missing in the USA. So let's take a look. In 2022, the United States had 546,568 missing person files, which is an increase from 2021, where there were the fewest missing person files since 1990. On average, around 2,300 Americans are reported missing every day. Let's take a look at where the USA and Panama rank on the Global Peace Index, and it might shock some of you. The Global Peace Index is a composite index measuring the peacefulness of countries made up of 23 quantitative and qualitative indicators, each weighted on a scale of 1 to 5. The lower the score, the more peaceful the country. Ooh, Iceland is number 1. Okay, the USA is not even in the top 10. Let's keep going. It's not even in the top 20. And it's not even in the top 50. Wait, here's Panama at 96. Where's the USA? All the way down. Oh, right below Brazil at 132. These statistics aren't meant to scare you. They're here to highlight the realities of living in the USA. It's a constant feeling of vulnerability and a need to always be on guard. Does this apply to every place in the United States? No. Just like crime isn't rampant everywhere in Panama. Let's be honest. There is absolutely crime here in Panama, and over the years, it's been in the news for missing women and missing tourists in Boquete. Does this stop single women from moving here? Not from what I've seen. In fact, it appears that more women are moving here than men. Let's hear from some of them.
Well, I wish I could say that I did, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten roughed. But I think for a while there, it was such a difference that I was like, I can just, and forget that I'm still in the city and that, people are still watching and finding you as a target. I don't have the hyper alertness, but I still practice general safety, especially as a woman.
I would wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and one would be in the toilet. I don't know why. That was just what I was afraid of. No problems whatsoever. I love living here. Safety for me is not even an issue. Being here on Balboa Avenue, I feel really safe. The police They ride up with their mopeds or their motorcycles all the time, and we have no issues with them at all.
I grew up in New York, so I don't have a sense of overt fear of being harmed. Secondarily, I think sometimes my safety concern in other countries has risen a bit, but not because I'm fearful of the other countries. I'm fearful of being an American in other countries. And so a lot of times, even though I may like to distance myself and say that I do live here now, this is my home, I am always American no matter where I go. So I have to think about sometimes the sentiment that other countries may have towards Americans.
People here said there are certain places you shouldn't go to, like Cologne or Rio Bajo or El Chorrillo, and I've been to all of them several times. I tend to go with my gut, and I like to see things for myself. Stay tuned for our next video in our Safety While Abroad series, where you'll hear more from us about moving here as single women. The thought of being alone, especially for women in a new place, let alone a country, can be scary at times. Should you let fear stop you from living your dream or from executing your plans? I can't answer that. You need to do what's comfortable for you. But for me, I moved through any fear that I had regarding moving to Panama alone. To be honest, I think I felt more nervous about moving to Panama overall and was not really scared about my safety. Oftentimes when people discuss if a country is safe, they're only thinking of crime. But as a former environmental engineer, I do have some environmental concerns living here in Panama. Are these concerns in the US as well? Sort of, but I think because Panama is smaller and for some other reasons is more in your face than in some parts of the US. I feel like in the USA, environmental justice, or lack thereof, played a part. So let's look at the definition. Environmental racism, or ecological apartheid is a form of racism leading to negative environmental outcomes such as landfills, incinerators, and hazardous waste disposal disproportionately impacting communities of color, violating substantive equality. Internationally, it's also associated with extractivism, which places the environmental burdens of mining, oil extraction, and industrial agriculture upon indigenous peoples and poorer nations largely inhabited by people of color. This makes me think of the protests that happen with the mining concerns here in Panama. Let me know in the comments if this happens here as well. Why do I bring this up? Well, one of my biggest safety concerns are landfill fires, trash burning, and their contribution to air pollution. Does this happen every day? Not from what I've seen, but there was a time where the landfill was on fire and it had immediate impact on the surrounding neighborhoods and wherever the wind took the contaminated smoke plume to. There's a landfill right outside Panama City, the Cerro Patacón landfill, which was on fire. Smoke from this fire could be seen from far away, and a safety protocol was issued stating the following. Okay, so what did we do? We closed our windows, ran our AC units, and wore masks if we had to go outside. Some people even wore face masks while inside. Is this unique just to Panama? Absolutely not, but it happened. Just like advisories are issued in the USA from manufacturing facilities, oil and gas refineries, and so on. The difference is that I never lived near one of these sites in the USA. Is this a deal breaker? No, but you need to be aware of it. Panama has a protest culture. Coming from the USA, this either can be alarming and a nuisance, or it can be inspiring to see. It all depends on your lens. Either way, they are generally peaceful and people hunker down or plan around the area and take other streets when possible if the roads are blocked. Tying this into my environmental concerns, oftentimes you'll see people burning tires during protests. One thing that you might have to get used to here are the police checkpoints. They can be intimidating at first, but I've gotten used to them. The police here just seem friendlier and are more helpful than what I'm used to in the US. They also have tourism police to deal with crimes against tourists. These streets will try to kill you if you aren't paying attention. Tee-hee! I walk looking down, scanning ahead for any hazards on the sidewalk, if the sidewalk is about to turn into an obstacle course, if there is even a sidewalk, a missing manhole cover, or, well, you get the idea. For me, walking around Panama City can be extremely unsafe. Are all parts like this? Absolutely not, but it had to be mentioned. Panama is a beautiful country in Central America that is known for its safety and welcoming people, which is one of the many factors that makes it a popular expat destination. But like you would anywhere, you need to trust your gut and be aware of your surroundings. I'm not looking over my shoulder here. I feel quite safe, and I'm thrilled to call Panama home. If you enjoyed this type of content, please subscribe so that you don't miss the rest of this series, like the video, consider becoming a channel member for behind-the-scenes content of my life as an expat, or share this video with someone who you think will gain value from it. The world is yours. You just have to find your place in it.